Oke, ini work gak ya? Mudah-mudahan lah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke, kita tes dulu. Terus dalam nggak live? Nggak ya. Oke. Kamera. Oke. Oke. Coba kita lihat YouTube. Masuk feed shorts YouTube gue ya. Terang banget gua. Oke, selamat datang di live karena Klepon Kliwon. Ya, aku coba live shots. Aku coba live shots lagi ya. Mudah-mudahan lancar. Mudah-mudahan kalian suka ya. Oke, sekarang waktunya story VARKA'S. Gimana lagi? Kita tidak biar FOMO. Jurnal itu ya. 60 oh bisa nih dua lagi. Loh sepi bang, Raka baru mulai. Makasih udah mampir. Tapi bang baru mulai. Kita juga rame mungkin. Saya masih YouTuber kecil bang. Kita apa? Ini dulu deh. Di dikit habis itu kita pegang story guys. Lagu dulu tapi cuma tinggi doang. Panjang aja. Diikuti 4 gue bisa diikuti.
Take flight. Merciless. Paradise.
Gila, kebel banget. BTA itu ya kak.
The pinnacle of excellence. Embrace the
Yang
ice.
pakai apa? Bisa pakai komputer tapi
Whirling snow.
yang baru level ya kak. Mau nyoba suatu apa? Mode vertikal lagi setelah sekian lama.
Into the void. A little moose boosh. Boost on the loose. Take flight. Coming Santalant. Sumetsu. Strike a pop. Fearless. Paradise. Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. My apologies. Time to shine. Merciless. Into the void.
Dia tebel lagi tuh.
Sakura swirl. A little mood boost. Goose on the loose.
Gak ada rekomen lu. Satu lagi tiba-tiba. Pakai jadi kayak yang kondensat. Dan gue bener oke. Oke, gue pakai.
Up to the freezer. Power. Whirling snow.
Nonton film sama timnya. Iya juga.
A dash of frosting. Gonna go back
Itu
to it.
penamaan dari mana itu?
Strike a pose. Fearless. Another star goes out. Take flight. Coming Satold. Sometsu. Let my name echo in song. Fearless. Into the void. Yoo-hoo! Up to the freezer. Goose on the loose. Whirling snow. Sakura swirl. A little move. Time to shine. Merciless. Paradise.
Lihat, kok dikit lagi tuh.
The pinnacle of excellence.
Konkuren penonton dulu apa? Rata-rata 12 yang baru datang welcome ya. Ini sebenarnya kita mau story apa aja. Aduh. Nggak ngasih pilihan, oke kita target recommendation kita. Sekalian event. Itu kalau gini tuh mending kalian tuh temennya yang gelut-gelut sih. Yang Spira Abyss ini Imaginary Theater baru kayak kalian senang sebenarnya. Mungkin ya. Kita ini aja mulai aja. Jadi kasan quest. Buka-buka Pak. Pejuang yang menang.
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Could it just blow in on the breeze?
Ya sepi cok. Dan short tuh ciri-cirinya di penonton tuh datang di awal tuh biasanya saat break gitu. Terus habis itu pas sampai agak ke belakangnya agak ngilang. Kita kemana nih? Oh baca surat. Iya baca surat. Surat opo tuh? Ini gak jelas nih kalau ngasih quest nih. Berarti suruh nebak sendiri. Oh surat terbawa angin.
Oh, it's from the tone deaf bard. Apparently, he wants to hear.
Star Snack Cliff. Bebas. Oke, kita ke atas.
Faster, stronger.
Lari. Lari.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Let's fly.
Ada, welcome Jack. Ada animation.
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these
Welcome
days?
back.
The honorary knight of
Kalau aku
Mondstadt,
PR kayak
the
Inggris ya,
Timarini
gue
of
pakai kayak
Natland,
Inggris lagi.
or the
Kalian
great
seneng nggak
hero
kenal
of
kayak
Not
Inggris?
Cry?
Tapi kan misalnya sih JP kayaknya, langsung nama aja kan.
Wow, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath.
News travels fast on the wind.
New stuff.
But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horses. My wine and my lyre are at the ready.
Udah gitu aja.
Amazing, incredible! The Rapier of Solnari and the Doctor? So I'm guessing...
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must...
Right! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was...
let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside.
Bisa gitu.
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after... In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Ayah.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if...
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Dongeng. Ih, bener kan coy?
Hey! Is that all you've
Kayak
got?
gitu doang.
Oh,
Wah,
bring it
ada
on!
karya baru tuh.
like that.
Nih, Grandmaster selanjutnya.
Giving up already? Eh, you're not half as tough as VARKA'S said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti? I was just wondering I was gonna try...
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair.
Hold on. Bisa.
You must be the honorary... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of
Wajah
Favonius
baru lagi.
and a member of the expedition.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in...
That's probably because when the wild hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own. Then, once the wild hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So,
Kirim kamu
why
balik.
did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters.
Kayak Mika dong ini.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another...
Jeez. How many people has he sent to deliver his mail
Pengantar
now?
surat.
Mika, Inefa, Lowen. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were so, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking
Anak
for me,
muda sudah yang
I
paling
assume
berat
he must
atau
have a
service
letter for me
mencari
too.
aku. Wah,
Am I
pasti ada
right?
surat buat aku juga dong. Ya
You
kak?
sure are. To use the Grand Master's own
Iya,
words.
Grandmaster.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I
Hari-hari
think it goes
menyebut
by
dirinya Venti.
Venti. Doesn't really have an address as
Tidak
such.
ada alamat pasti.
You could start by
Coba
asking around in
tanya-tanya di
Mondstadt,
Mondstadt.
or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
Dia tahu dia.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, ruin guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it.
Zero punching
So,
bag.
I came right here the second I got back to Mom.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be near.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between... Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming we can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's...
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any gut.
Thank you so much, honorary knight.
Kirain ada
Bebas, the wild hunt. Andreas,
lagunya salah.
get home safe, Varka.
Get home safe.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden?
Dapat telingaku penging.
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office.
Masa iya
That would be
begitu
terrible.
di patah sudah ketemu.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted. Watch out! Enemies
Wee.
approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then
Lalu apa?
we will make our triumphant return!
Wih, kita pakai pakar. Ada ini, ada.
Stormwind!
On
Stormwind.
me! Charge!
Kok? Nah,
Stormwind!
Maria sweeping in!
ih, udah ada ya. Tapi susah ya.
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their
Winfried.
primal urge.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be...
Just like I thought. What we should be...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper
Let's
intel and our
go.
own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again,
Loh,
Andreas.
Andrius. Kok dia kesini?
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around it myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
Ada oh, serigala.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
Ada jejak situ. Serigalanya double bentuk ya. Bentuknya
Everything
emang
seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check.
Wih,
It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
kok Andrius kesini dia jauh-jauh. Ya,
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too austin. Might be better to go.
Boreas.
loh,
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity.
apa ini?
Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me.
Bisa
Ere to
Boreas
the
jadi
record,
merah sekarang.
Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
Ya. Dia pembukaannya sih di mana petanya?
That's where things stand with the expedition.
Oh enggak.
The
Tidak
victors will be
ke
returning home soon, so make
Mama
sure to
Jan.
stock up on wine for the celebrations.
Dan
P.S.
kita
I hope everyone's keeping up with their
berantem
daily
kan,
training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed.
ekspedisi apa?
PPS, I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget
Itu
to write
ada
back.
banyak banget.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir writes a lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Ini nggak naik-naik jadi knight ini emang prot ambok.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain?
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel's Share.
Rosaria.
Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Hi, Mom Beth. There'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letter.
Great. But I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolven. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial.
Very well. But please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
Aja.
I will. Goodbye.
Ada mata merah. Ih, kami.
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter. So, honorary knight?
Ayo, mana? Gak bisa. Ulah. Mapai
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep an eye on him for me.
KISAH.
Ah, the Grand Master. The archives are filled with documents awaiting. On another note, have you spoken to Jean?
Force. Mana ini si Amber.
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the boom blossom bombs we sent worked really well.
VA-nya ya,
He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Marcus coming home?
Ih.
Go outside and play with it.
Terus apa, Be? Dia jadi berat gitu.
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the boom blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He
Suka
wants to know if
sudah
we've made any more.
nggak ada imut-imutnya lagi dia. Berubah anjir suaranya. Jadi berat.
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail.
The expedition is finally
Over. Halo, Mother.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
Berangkat.
Is it that obvious?
Ya dong.
Huh? But Vark is coming back. The situation in Nakrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its... It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the... And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he...
Ush.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, You'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead.
Itu.
I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow.
Aku sudah punya beberapa nama berpotensi posisi di Mondstadt. Masih benih.
Some have yet to master the art of social interaction.
Racun.
Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting.
Yang
And
perhatian
some,
ya.
well, some might not even want to be a knight yet. What's wrong? Ah, well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death.
Pasti itu nggak itu.
This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
Kuat ya, akah ya. Tapi apa? Gameplay tidak sekuat lore-nya.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history.
Putus.
The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation.
Wolf spirit?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god. And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt. But these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Huh?
Oh!
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward you. Experience the turmoil caused by Dvalin the Eastwind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experience, and as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the wild hunt and the doctor. I guess we were both Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency, even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in...
Okay.
Thank you for being such a patient listener. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say hello to the other knights?
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angels share now. Yeah! Quick as a flash!
Aku suka Silon.
All right, after you.
Salah pencet. Bang, balik lagi. Selamat datang, balik lagi. Selamat datang. Ya, selamat datang lagi. Enggak ada telepon gitu. Udah lah.
You gotta try.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential info.
Kaya! Rosaria! Diluc! I knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even more.
A little liveliness never killed anyone.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes.
Kenapa tiba ngomong sekarang?
I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it.
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to
Sisanya ada
it.
yang nemenin aku juga kok, untungnya. Terima kasih sudah menemani saya.
Yeah, right.
Bobonya nyenyak ya.
A lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then, but my answer remains unchanged. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright
Oke bang, boleh
and
join lah
honorable.
kamu. Dari tadi nggak join live.
I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument.
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to
Menjawab
begin
pertanyaan
with?
dengan pertanyaan.
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about.
Mana si Rosaria? Kenapa dia ke atas dia? Hello.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
Aku tidak cuma plus 36, memang bener 36 menit dari 32 ke jam 4, memang 36 menit, nggak salah ngitung kah?
It's no trouble.
Nggak
We'll
salah
only do
ngitung
most
kah?
of the work. We just
Halo?
volunteered to do the last leg of the journey.
Halo,
Mostly so we
matematikanya
can say
dapat
hello.
nilai berapa tuh? Bukan, kayaknya cuma pakai cara yang begitu untuk menjaga monster.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait, and then we got cut.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title.
Oh.
He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Tidurnya kok iya monggo. Bobo yang bener ya. Biar badan sehat dan bugar.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Blood-Stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind.
White Knight jadi Black Knight.
It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that if so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself.
What should I report back to? Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and...
Aku ketinggalan ternyata ya.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
Buat pendum. Kejur kah kejur? Rinyong.
What's going on here? Was Bulbum always like this? Paimon has a bad feeling about the Wild Hunt. What are they doing here? Watch out!
pakai manekin.
Letting brave names echo! Fulfill our pact! You two! Time to...
Gak main racing nanti. Report aja tuh.
Knock them down. Hear the echoes of the valley! Get to work! Keep lolling! Keep papa! Let's fly! Open fire!
Jadi hapus tebel juga.
Open fire! Letting brave names echo! Fulfill our pact! You two! Time!
Wih, gak denger tuh.
Lockdown!
Are you alright? Oh no! What now? It better not be more wild.
Loh,
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
fisik banget kayak Mobile Legends. Apa itu?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. A familiar scent.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
Skip dulu deh. Apa yang aku main? Ini game itu Des, tapi kami saja.
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you... Something seems wrong with that old...
Let's fly!
Andrius, habis Genshin gue ke ini, keluar rumah, dia ada acara gue. Ajur.
Lupus Boreas, not injured.
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the Wild Hunt we just got attacked by came...
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andrius is the source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How are you 2 places at once?
Semua hobi bloody. Kayaknya semua jadi amuba.
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
VARKA'S.
The Wolf King, Andrius, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the
Huh? The bard's back?
Told Bard?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked,
Oops.
"So, this is the world the humans dreamed of." Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000.
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Notcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart. That is surely why those vile aberrations.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Notcry. We investigated.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley line.
Oh, the white knight who became a bloodstained knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. It was the ancient kingdom of Kandria, as you call it.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift.
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now.
Varka? Is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person.
All right. Wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor, give me your iron claw.
Langsung semua. Wih, jadi kuat. Loh, masih kaku.
Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Buri. It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though
The dominator of wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack. strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws. And
aduh, salah pencet.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf to prevent the entanglement of souls.
Entanglement. Oh,
The
entanglement tuh
most I can
keterikatan.
do is temporarily house my power and thoughts. Although, truth be told, that night does not lack for power. The great wolf king of the north remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of...
I will protect Lupakal. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
just give me the word whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I can read Varka's letter.
A wolf's claws make poor instruments for
It's
writing
a little
human words.
I sure didn't expect my experience fighting the wild-hunted Nodcry to come in handy back here in Mondstadt. Almost makes me wonder if this... Also, how come that bard knows so much, and what was he doing with the... Well, whatever.
Gak tahu dia.
I don't really care. As long as I get to do some fighting.
Yuk, pen dikit, let's go.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andreas, dominator of wolves and he once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the god of storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years before finally journeying back under the name of Boreas. With the first night of Boreas, when the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day. Any questions before you set off? 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry. That neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus... Any questions before you set off? Bet the soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it. But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within the blade. As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you? Any questions before you set off? All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
Wah, kita dapat balon udara kita, coy.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Ada naga.
Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Wih, skydiving, coy. Mana skydivingnya, coy? Let's go.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grand Master! It's... hit...
Oh yeah!
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
And I'm on too!
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
As expected, This hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rehir of Solari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world.
Kabur.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? Ugh, forget that. We can...
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him. True. We're still not certain of his true identity. Killing him might be just about possible. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his... Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battle. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can...
The meeting's probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
Ada jauh dah.
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Sneff asked me to pass on. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space.
That means the recent wild hunt attacks have nothing to do with Rerir, right?
They're keeping a close watch on it, just in... Oh, yeah. Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on him. You know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages. Varka's a generous guy.
Senang dia, pantes. Wih, Inaya sini juga.
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next depart. Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, Traveler. Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. I know is hard at work producing the strategic reserve. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting in her place.
Huh? Flens! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep would be Itlua or...
You're quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the rat, and since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting. Sometimes you don't get a choice when there might be consequences down.
Siapa lagi? Siapa lagi? Kenalan semua ini.
Take me up.
Hello.
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's... Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here? Great. While we're waiting, could...
Let's go.
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Rehir of Solnari's control. But it has been reborn from the ashes, and is now launching widespread. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rehir resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andreas, god of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andreas' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some monstatter from, like, how'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day wild hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the Roland replica can't possibly imitate Barrier's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate.
The replica corrupted, and took control of Andreas as he slumbered by the bank of Eimsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Teyvat.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't?
You can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one. From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for a... Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years. This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying in that land. The passing of the Pyro Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before.
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me?
Ikannya gini, keren banget.
Come forth, Boreas.
Whee!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of the... Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, you... A final wish before I slumber.
Nyanyinya bagus banget.
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andreas' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Wait,
we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first night of... If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley...
So we need to retrace his steps and look for runes and fragments? But they could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt!
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry, but apart from that...
Kayaknya gue main oke lah ya.
Most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait, really?
AI asli ini.
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency. Not just the wild hunt in the abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends. Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for. Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the Wolf Spirit fragments.
Okay, so 3 more mini-expeditions to go.
I managed to gather one fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the set. As for the third fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on. But we'll need all hands on deck to... The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andrias' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his...
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
The Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop will also help in any way we can.
Krumkake craft shop?
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point.
Dia masih aja overthinking gitu.
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm in...
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that...
I'll deal with the second wolf spirit fragment. which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Bah, jalan.
Remnant fragments of an ancient... Then it...
Speaking of contingency plans, I now recall that Varka also made a contingent. Perhaps I should ask Aino to prepare some additional backup modules for me.
Yehuda, you dummy! You took this.
Ya elah. Curatorium of Secret. Gak sih gua sini. Oh, oke. Mana kita?
Did you say Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight?
Oh. Oh.
Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh? Well, all right, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up! Please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment!
Piye ini caranya? Aduh. Astaga, ini gimana ini, Cok? Hello.
Is this what we're looking for?
Diapain ini digebuk?
What do we do with it?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either. Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love. I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of...
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough. This place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat.
Apa loh, masih gak angkat. Iya.
We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable. Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but separating out the roll.
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as...
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Understand? Let me think. How is it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000... Actually, neither do I.
Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't...
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name. I'm thinking the same basic principle...
Okay, but back then, we had a boat and a net.
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for...
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind objects and events together. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland. How are we supposed to use thoughts to aim?
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old and
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight, Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundel wanted to deliver this letter to him, but trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonius headquarters
quite the antique then. But how exactly is it supposed to anchor
Itu story
Roland?
event kah? Ini namanya... Enggak event. Ini quest nih, masih quest ini. Yang Varka'S paling baru gitu. Aku dia paling baru gak sih? Pokoknya sebelum event ini story-nya Varka'S langsung.
Yeah,
Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just making this up as you go along.
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step. But I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way for the whole expedition.
Aku suka langsung terjun dan sambil rencanakan
But
semuanya.
anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely.
Kira event kapan? Kamis saja kali ya. Entar selesai ini kita event paling. Wish. Ngapain dia?
Whoa, it actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along.
Kamu benar
So the
ngarang.
assimilation of souls really can be reversed, just like he said.
Yeah.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed. The code of chivalry tolerates not such injustice. If abyss be thy name,
Back Genshin cuma teman-teman komunitas udah emang. Berarti lagi ini ya, lagi main game apa sekarang? Aku sekarang mau.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to
Teman-teman
an
gue
end.
juga main Genshin juga
With
hilang
that,
semua.
he bade his
Ini
humanity
aja.
farewell.
Bercakap di atau ada game namanya Geometry Dash.
I dare say you must find it quite ironic. No.
That I... Ainsliff? No.
I dare say you must find it quite ironic.
While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be?
Tapi di antara beberapa game gacha tuh yang paling bertahan lagi Genshin Impact sama
So that's what happened.
VARKA'S
After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary.
Roblox malah Roblox malah sempat sih bikin akun kan, cuma nggak ada temennya. Ya udahlah, aku malah yang solo aja kayak Genshin Impact malah. Maba I see.
Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he
Zaman
saw the
Dokoma
god's
tuh masih
judgment as the
hype-nya loh.
greatest
Dokoma
injustice.
tuh Inazuma sih. Temen
So
gua
he
tuh masih
surrendered
banyak
himself to
main
the abyss.
sama gua tuh. Terus 3 koma tuh Sumeru ke atas udah pada hilang semua. Honkai Star Rail.
Giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the abyss can replicate him.
Uh-oh. Does this mean we have to take on the visionary this time?
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, but even without the visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't have. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you.
mau bahas kan, kenapa nggak pas kapan?
Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't
Mainnya
a
Zuma
fully
kan,
formed
udah
plan
pada
back
hilang
then.
semua. Iya lagi, sama. Temen-temenku abis Zuma kelar semua. Wuthering Waves belum keluar ya kayaknya. 2022 tuh. Oh ini teman-temanku pada demen apa Goddess of Victory itu Nike. Ada pindah game di situ.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again.
Jangan, ini tuh bahaya.
No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got to make the risk worth taking. If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean and Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way!
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Jauh terus is back.
Are you guys done here yet?
Teman butuh diskusi soal Relic sama tim party. Diskusi aja sama aku. Relic ya, Ongkastan aku nggak terlalu serius sih.
Ah, Yehoda. Yes, we've successfully retrieved the Wolf Spirit fragment here. Any progress with Fragment 3?
Nope. It's a total disaster.
Tolong, aku butuh bantuan kayaknya.
Monsters that I've seen in my...
Come on, we're out of time.
Let's go.
You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing. I'm counting on you, Honorary Knight.
Setuju. Pasukan Puri beneran dengan dasar.
Fill me in. What's
Ada
the situation?
Discord group? Enggak, aku nggak bikin sayangnya. Aku cuma apa saya perlu bikin kali ya? Pengen balik aja. Mau ada banyak yang minta aku kayaknya buat deh. Aku buat beneran kali. aku belum ada pengalaman buat ngelola server sih. Nanti tak pikirin deh.
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set
Baik aja
off.
sih.
Albedo said we should split into 2 teams and continue searching while he and the others kept the Wild Hunt occupied.
Good call. Locating the Wolf Spirit fragment is our key objective. I would have made the same decision.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much
Mau
too.
diskusi di
Now,
sini juga nggak apa-apa.
both search teams are in big
Aku
trouble.
jawab yang aku bisa aja sih.
I brought a map. Before we ran into trouble, this is
Biar
the
bisa
search area we
diskusi ya
decided on.
kayak. Aduh, ini tak siapin.
The 2 teams are holed up here and here. They should have a clear idea of the fragment's location by now.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we have any more troops available to provide backup?
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts right now. That just leaves us with...
The logistics company is standing by.
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. Initiating situation report. The logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve. But after learning of the situation on the front line, they requested to be dispatched immediately.
Amazing. Just in the nick of time.
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all...
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after another 5 minutes. Please, keep up the good work, Yehoda. The logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle. Which team should they support?
Sambil cari tahu ini ngelola server dulu lah.
Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other. We'll move out immediately.
Oke,
Yehoda,
makasih
keep up the good work
kalian
with the
yang
comms.
ini yang ngasih saran nih. Apa timbangin
Sure thing.
banget lah.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. Divisi logistik yang membawa banyakan peledak. Ada Kick Indonesia. sini ngapain kita? Oh, kirim bal bantuan. Guys, langsung dulu ya. Oke deh. Tata, aku butuh waktu dulu ya.
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ngapain kita sekarang?
Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for
ekspedisinya
deploying
banyak data ya?
explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Jadi Varka ke posisi komando, aku bingung.
Logistics company, deploy.
Lah, kita ngapain nih? Masuk ke pertempuran, kita ganti lagu dulu deh.
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight!
Oh gitu.
Goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready?
Sama dia harus itu mainnya repot banget.
Thunder! Ready? Fire!
Fire! Dorong! Buset! Gue bisa mati semudah itu.
The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong enough to pose a real threat. Use this time to catch your breath and fill me in on everything you've learned.
Enggak, aku belum buat. Aku perlu waktu, maksudnya berapa hari lah buat bikin hari.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragments in this zone here.
Aku juga belum tahu nanti buatnya kapan.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us.
Either way, I was about to go lend them a hand next anyway.
Absolutely. Good to go, Grandmaster.
Good to go, Grandmaster.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that tries to stage a comeback. Now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're no match for us.
Oke, sekarang ini ngapain ini? Cuma ini doang. Oh, kita cuma pencet ini. Kirim bala bantuan. Drakor, Ubetu, dan Krede Prince. Oh, turun Genshin. Yeah. Kan turun Discord.
Looks like the same situation here. They just keep coming, wave after wave.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful mist.
Understood. Everyone got that?
Everyone
it's up to
got
us
that?
to hold them off.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. DC udah ada lama, oh ya aku juga ada lama di DC.
Thunder! Up the ante!
Ya, push.
Burn! Thunder! Up the ante! Got a bit too cocky.
Dia mati dong.
Maria sweeping in! On me. Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Here's your chance. Hey, Mark Wayne, welcome.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Charge! Udah.
Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave knights, on behalf of the Lightkeepers.
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss...
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally close.
I'll say, we're sure to face fierce
It would be our pleasure, Mr. Varka.
Much obliged. All right, the target is just up ahead.
Ya Pak, oh nggak bisa nanti ini dulu. Mulai ekspedisi, ini ekspedisi nih jadi wah tamusnya banyak coy.
The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys must be easily amused.
Makasih. Kalau misalnya aku bikin di Discord, kamu mau masuk nggak, Makwen? Kira-kira kalau misalnya aku bikin Discord ya.
You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Up the ante!
Happy.
Maria sweeping in!
Happy. Sekejap apa gitu ya?
Thunder! Flash!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge! Burn! Up the ante!
Happy.
Thunder! Maria sweeping in!
Yes.
Burn! Up the ante! Thunder! Charge! Time to counterattack!
Gila, keren banget. Kita ada ini.
A worthy adversary. Huh?
Wah, wih, gila, keren sih sebenarnya.
Thunder! On me.
Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge!
Push.
Thunder!
Thunder, oke banyak.
Happy, happy.
Happy, happy. Wih, masih ada banyak.
This wild hunt doesn't know when to give up.
Aku duluan.
Traveler.
Mr. Varka, leak.
Just like last time. Only a Knight of Boreas can deal with a wolf spirit, right?
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold our own.
Ha, that's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the Knights of Favonius proud. Either we all march back to Mondstadt together, or no one does.
Ayo. Ada yang gue deh. Wah, duk.
The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
Yuk, jalan. Jantung gue. Wah, kan ada gangsnya.
It seems you have collected them all.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel with their... If you need a moment to rest, take it. Victory will be mine, regardless of whether the path to it is the one I would wish for.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight.
Let's fight.
If you wish, then let us settle our unfinished duel.
Kita lawan ini nggak?
And now.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies.
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care.
You're the only one still standing.
We can't lose our Varka. Please!
Oke. Bisa edit GT welcome pay.
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. I can tell this duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I wield the power of a god, while you dare not swing your sword with true intent. If your plan is doomed to fail, how can a helpless lamb hope to tame the heart of a wolf when the wolf has seen through the lamb's plan?
You're on to me already, huh?
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer, the means to bear a soul. Though the false path may be wide and welcoming, only destruction lies at...
Ya, wis ya. Kayak kita gagalin kita.
It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell.
Bisa panjang banget.
And pledge your allegiance to the abyss, Knight of Boreas. One day you will understand that the only righteous path for those of truth...
For the next part, it's over to you, Outlander who caught the wind.
Duh, Paco, jangan mati. Mati dia.
sword is unbroken. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. There's no way back.
Huh. Guess the only way is through.
Keep up!
Try to keep up! On me!
A Favonius sword.
Who
Who left this here?
Lonely warrior, take me to see him.
Rustam.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, for the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince?
Lagi deh. Dia.
Hah?
Push. Gimana caranya?
Stormwind. Barrier sweeping in.
Gak ada teman main elemennya anjir.
Stormwind. Stormwind.
Is this
Bear's
Shadow? It doesn't look like an...
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger.
Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Wish.
Hah?
Night of lompat-lompat juga.
Try to keep up. On me.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice.
Surrender
to the abyss.
Malicious lies!
Malicious
Stormwind! Stormwind! Hurry, sweeping in! Stormwind! Stormwind!
My old friend. This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter. On me.
Udah.
I can't hide from it.
You must deliver it.
Wih, pedang berjalan.
Your path cannot end here. You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior.
Ayo.
Is this the heart of the wolf?
Dibilang ada Ronald aduh.
Roland!
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn, utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
Segala nyebrang.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
A knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request...
Jangan dulu, Cok.
I shall do as you wish. Knight of Boreas.
You're not quite how I imagined.
Not once have I strayed from the right.
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The ray here of Solnari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect image. I wield the power that Roland did at his peak, but my heart and mind remain frozen. Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight cannot bear their own stagnation. After redeeming you from injustice and guiding your surrender to the abyss.
The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined. I suppose there's no chance to make you see the light.
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Neither of us will sway the other. Otherwise, why would you pin all your hopes on Boreas? But now the blade that once housed the wolf spirit has been shattered, and all you hold is a phantom that bears its form. You no longer have the means to change the situation, and no one will come to your rescue.
Maybe you're partly right, but I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andreas, god of the North Wind. Andreas, can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the North Wind. How long will you allow yourself to suffer the...
If this is your final gambit, I am most grand displays of heartfelt...
Return. Return to... the Layla.
Tuh, dia kaget.
Is this the answer that I found?
Andreas, at long last, I have delivered your token back into your heart.
This is all that a wolf can hope to do for human.
On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his...
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
Wih, gelo. Gantengnya. Wih, ini dia.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and...
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus Boreas will inevitably ravage, devour, and assimilate a mortal heart. As if human and wolf were being forcefully murdered.
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced. Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight from embarking on the quest of his own choosing.
Your heart, your soul, they are collapsing.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf. Isn't that... Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy to avoid arousing my suspicion. You deliberately allowed Lupus Boreas' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me.
But compared to Lupus Boreas' decision,
you have a stubborn will, and employed your soul is now merged with that event. Neither Barbatos nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul. You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, I can no longer offer you salvation. May your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior.
Haha! Lonely? Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like, the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
The cutscene. Lucu banget.
Until I return, I leave them in your care.
Pas Traveler belum datang.
The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on, to Mondstadt.
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka.
To dibalas semua coy suratnya.
Family.
No pig.
Iya coy, siapa dia? Ika. Oh ya. Dia sepanjang
Poetry
ini
and letters
jalan
were
Genshin dari
humanity's
satu ke
earliest
mana ya?
means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Ngembara yang ditangkap angin. Wish. Surat-surat berjadwal.
Grandmaster! Grandmaster! Grandmaster!
Master.
Varka.
Varka.
Go Varka!
Uncle Varka.
For Varka.
Yeah.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
Iya. Pakau. Ayo Pakau.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
Yeah.
is always true to their word. So please.
Sorry. Nyari lagu. Lagunya Genshin juga oke sih. Oke, My Heart aja. Oh, di luar dong. Oh, di luar. Oke, kita
Keep your promise and return victorious.
You are not alone.
Right back at you, Varka.
Time to get serious. I can't fall here.
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Try to keep up.
Leave it all to me.
Oh yeah.
Try to keep up.
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Thunder! Freeze! On me! Thunder! Thunder!
Oh, kakak tutup aja ya. Ayo mati.
Try to keep up!
Fly home to us, Grandmaster! Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen replica.
I can't fall here! Off the ante! On me! One final battle!
Ulti dia. Ulti dia, Cok. Wih, tiga dia.
Walk forward and do not look back.
Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on, but they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius, but I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
Di pedangnya dia banyak banget.
I'm
Halo.
not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I? Ha. I'll take that silence as your approval.
Wih, minum.
Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf.
Let's go.
I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you.
Rostam. Arundel itu Grandmaster ya, Bet?
Phew. This has been one long expedition.
Sampai makan pedang mulu ya.
From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead.
Oh. Tujuin, ngumpul semua. Bro, sini semua coy. Bro, sini semua dia. Halo Hak, welcome. Oke, ini aja. Musik.
Hey everyone. It's been a mighty long time.
Pas ada aura-aura cutscene-nya loh.
I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Si MC kita di belakang ya. Wih, tapi dia paling maju juga.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah, I'm home.
Udah, itu aja. Oke deh. Jadi sekarang perjalanan kita kali ini. Ajuan kesepian. Foto-foto dulu. Bisa ya? Aku mau tahu cara ini. Nanti pakai karakter lain aja. Kok bisa? Lucu konsepnya cuy. Apa ini? Masih ingat gue gak bang? Harga Rifat. Tahu nih. Welcome back, sama datang kembali. Kemana aja? Mau 1000 kosnya dulu ya. Pakon lagi duduk ajian gue.
Let the wind lead.
Ya kan ada ya Pakam menang. Maaf baru nonton lagi, HP-nya rusak gak bisa nyala. Wih gila, rusak berapa tahun bro. BTW sama datang kembali loh. Itu kan nggak ada kelas ini mah Parka sih. Yang pas sama dia. Jadi kesannya Varka I love you gak sih? Padahal Varka mah manikol sipnya. Ya cukup. Itu kurang pasti. Agak jauh. Pakai HP apa bang? Tahu HP itu mana hilang sob? HP gue hilang. Karena lupa lagi. Oh Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 ya sih, sama ya Redmi Note 9 lah. Udah cukup. Terakhir kayak Bapak Pakka. Baru datang loh.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. Well, with the shadow of Roland vanquished, The Wild Hunt won't be able to consolidate. A few knights will remain on rotation at the Nodcry stronghold. Albedo and Duran will come back with the first wave. So you should have the chance to see them again soon.
Habis maghrib.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. His sword was just a decoy. I carried his soul in my own heart. The second half, though, using everyone's thoughts to guide me back out of the ley lines, I wasn't too sure that would work.
All jokes aside, what would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf?
Initially, I was planning to have Barbados carry out that step. But when I approached him about it, he turns out our trust was not misplaced. Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbados, but it would have come at a heavy price, and with no guarantee of success. It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps? No doubt I'd have to pay for it with a secret stash of cash in my office.
You're dreaming if you think it would have come that cheap.
It's been a while since my future. Huh. You may already have learned of this from Barbados or the Hexen Circle. Correct. Although as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course of the future. Still, after I've tied up some loose ends with the Knights of Favonius, I'll need to make another trip back north. There's still a lot of work to be done at the Nodcry. Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty.
Ah, how noble. But be honest, your main reason for going back to Nodcry is so you can dump all your work here on... Wait, seriously?
Jangan coba berdiri di sana sampai senyum-senyum. Itu serem banget. Itu kasta yang kecil siapa bang namanya? Oh,
You'll be seeing
si
a lot more of me
ini.
in Mondstadt from now on.
Si siapa? Pak Imin
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. All right then. I'm gonna stay here and enjoy the breeze for a little longer.
Sudah selesai. Mau coba situ aja. Udah kak, kita sudahi dulu. Pak Ibi. Nih Astra dulu ya dikit ya.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Lost prayer gua. Kapan bukanya? Besok ya? Password gua. Ini Senin gak sih? Bukan Senin Kamis, besok sih. Oke, kita apa namanya?
Let's fly.
Mondstadt, welcome.
Ini dulu guys. Kamis ini ya, Kamis apa namanya? ada people chapter. Ya sepi, belum selesai juga kok. Emang kenapa kalau sepi? Ini gini kan? Kita main ini. Atuh jangkrik jadi lu lucu banget namanya so. Ganti celananya lagi. Kasih apa kok? B aja pun. Salah aja ramping.
Yeah.
Kan ada kamu. Pas gini coy. Gigi. Oke, terakhir. Lab kerajaan ini habis ini kelar lah paling. Mau ada acara stacking. Mati. Mati gagal. Semangat ya bang. Dadah, oke. Udah sih sus. Baju gudang atau pesanan dada. Udah termasuk saya bajunya. Udah nih. Sudah cukup. Level 11. Oh, udah bisa nih. Wih, oke, nice one. Gimana nih? Oh, ini sing anyer ya. Aneh banget. Wih, bonsai welcome. Aku baru mau selesai padahal. Apa sih yang baru? Bandu sama dari aksesorinya apa shell-shellnya kayaknya gitu. Sih. Tapi lebih tebel aja. Kayaknya lebih oke sih. Lebih tebel gitu boleh sih. Buat bagian diberi soalnya set manekin LP. Membuat bagiannya mungkin kata saya mencoba membuat set manekin P. Lanjutkan, let's go. Oke deh, nice banget. Sekarang coba jadi dong aja, keren gitu. Bagus gini nggak sih? Nah, GG juga. Kayaknya ada misalnya yang paling baru. Iya, tetap nggak ada beda. Ini tebel banget. Ya wis. Ini cukup lah ya. Kita rambut anjir juga enggak lah. Giwaya. Kan cukup terus. Oke, terima kasih udah mampir di Klepon Kliwon ya. Kita sudahi dulu karena aku mau ada acara. Oke. Nanti malam, besok Nike sih, harus main Nike kayaknya. Malam apa main Nike bang. Lucu banget ya, saya hijaunya kayak nggak cocok gitu aja. Guys, terima kasih udah mampir jauh karena Klepon Kliwon yang udah mampir juga terima kasih banyak banget sih. Tapi itu aja. Nongkrong dulu biar sepi, kayak sepi. Oke, thanks for watching. Kita ketemu lagi di jam sahur nanti.